So today what I'm going to try to do is emphasize to myself how lucky I am. That's going to be my mantra. That's going to be the thought process. Luckiness. Now, for that to work properly, you even have to decide, what does being lucky mean to you? Words in this way can have power, but they only have as much power as they have meaning. And the way that we speak, just verbal diarrhea, just shoot from the hip, say your shit. Words become deodorized of their essence, of their meaning, which is why I'm a fan of not big words, but just different words. I think that each word strikes a different sort of key, a different sort of chord in the mind. And it's similar to if you hear a song over and over and over, you become desensitized to it. It loses its potency. So for me, what being lucky is, it's relative first and foremost. You're only unlucky if you're looking at some situation, some circumstance, some people who have it better than you. But if everyone has it worse than you, you can't really say that you're unlucky. And when you talk about being fortunate, being lucky, what you're saying is that, even though I have a lot of disappointments, even though I might have a lot of things in my life that I'd prefer were much better, were going my way exactly how I would like them to go. Despite that, I gotta admit that there's little kids dying every day. There's people being assaulted in all kinds of ways. There's people who they need all kinds of medicine just to get them through the hours. And the reason why I think it's important to reflect upon those things is because pay attention to how we compare and contrast our lives with those who are doing quote unquote much better than us. It's a natural human thing. You look at other people and you say, damn, I wish I was in that position. Damn, I wish I had that. Now I gotta admit, I will say this about myself. No one's life is appealing to me. I'm not gonna lie. I never wanted to be in anybody else's body. I never wanted to have anybody's life. I've always wanted specifically what I wanted for me. But I do understand and yes, I am saying that my brain doesn't feel jealousy. And it's not because I choose to, or envy. It's not that I choose to not envy people. It's just I'm lucky. I'm fortunate that I don't have to deal with that particular issue, psychological issue, emotional issue. Now I will say that I have a shit ton of issues. So I have a lot of issues. And so it's not like I am not dealing with my own shit. But I will say that I am fortunate to not have to deal with scrolling through social media, for instance, and seeing people live a particular kind of way. I'm not interested. I want what's good for me. I don't want anybody else's life. That being said, I can still I still have that natural inclination to feel as though, man, like I should be better right now. Like everything, it sucks that I'm not where I would like to be. It sucks that I'm not producing the way that I would like to produce, that I'm not as consistent as I like to be consistent. It sucks. And so when I say it sucks, then that could make you sort of feel a little pseudo-depressed. I'm not comparing it to clinical depression, but just depressed in the sense that you're not up anymore. Now you're down. That kind of depressed. Let's just say kind of demotivated, uninspired, I guess is a great way to put it. Here's my point. My point is there's all kinds of things we can do to uplift ourselves, to feel inspired. I just had a great conversation with a friend of mine, with my boy. That's conversational healing is a beautiful thing. It's therapeutic. It makes you feel connected. It feeds a certain aspect to your being. So that's one thing you could do. Another thing to me is reflecting upon why you should be thankful. Recognizing how fortunate you are relative to millions of other people it's a gateway to thankfulness. And when you really have to meditate on it and ponder it and think about it sincerely. And again, I say the reason why it doesn't work as simple as I'm lucky. Oh, nothing happened. I'm fortunate. Oh, I still feel the same. The reason why it doesn't work like that typically is because words and just sentences don't have power over us because we're desensitized to language. We're desensitized to meaningful statements because we just say shit and just think shit. You gotta really mean it, and you have to also, I think, reset the computer. You have to meditate and sit in silence and be without words for moments at a time, hours at a time, for words again to bring you life. And it starts with honesty as well, just by being honest, making honest statements. To me, it's just an honest statement to say, I'm very fortunate. It's honest. And maybe you're very unfortunate. Maybe you're very unlucky. And I get that too. I feel like I'm unlucky in regards to my chemistry. I'm an addict. I really am. That which grants me reward, it is very difficult for me to not want to pursue that reward to the point where it makes me sick, to the point where I am now neglecting other important factors in my life. That which gives me a good feeling, my brain and my chemistry just yearns for it constantly to the point where it's detrimental to all the other facets of my life. I'm an addict in that respect. And I feel like I am unlucky, and it's unfortunate that I have that particular kind of chemistry. Cool. Admit it, but admit it and then figure out ways to adapt. If we're not figuring out ways to adapt, then what's the fucking point? You might as well ride this thing out, man. You might as well fight. I'm a big fan of fighting. I'm a big fan of it. But my point is that recognizing how fortunate you are, how lucky you are, it's like I said, it's that gateway to thankfulness. But the word, you know how they have the word of the day, like on Sesame Street and shit. The pursuit of the day is recognizing how fortunate you are in whatever way that you are fortunate. Maybe you're not fortunate in this way, that way, and this way, but then maybe you are fortunate in some other ways.